What's up, guys? Doing a quick video here for everyone interested in getting the new Ibis Ripley SL. Decided to make the video mainly because I know that this bike is hard to get at this moment. Plenty of back orders, and you guys will not be able to demo it either, given that there's not a lot of dealers out there. And I was lucky enough to find a frame, because I definitely wanted to do my own build, and I just want to tell you about my build, why I chose the components I chose, and maybe it'll help you pull the trigger. All of this came after almost 2 years of not riding mountain bikes due to kind of almost 2 shitty years, and yeah, now things are a little bit better, and for the first time ever I just decided to go all in and spend crazy money on a dream build. And I even got this freaking bicycle insured, because it's worth more than my old 2014 Passat. So yeah, crazy. I guess I'm doing it right, correct? My bike is now worth more than my car. That's always the aim, right, guys? So anyway, let me go quickly on the build and the reason I chose parts, and then I'm gonna finish up just saying my experience building the bike, and just some things that can be a concern for all of you, and yeah, why I chose this bike. So first of all, the reason I chose this bike and just went for it without even demoing it, because to me it's crazy to spend crazy money and not even pedal the bike, right? But fortunately I've been riding for some time and I know my geometry numbers, and I was able to demo the new Pivot 4 Mac 4 SL, and they only produce a bike in medium or large, and the large is 470 reach, but the seat tube on the Mac 4 SL is too large, and I knew it would give me problem, and I knew I would have to compromise, and yeah, it was just too large. And then the medium felt okay pedaling, but yeah, when I dropped the dropper it felt a little bit tight. So yeah, not perfect. I'm shy of a 5'11", and I've always been in that position with brands like Scott, Pivot, maybe Canyon to a degree, where I'm always in between a medium and a large. And I'm so happy that Ibis, because it's always been a brand I always wanted to kind of own an Ibis bicycle, mainly for the DW Link. But yeah, I'm happy that they make extra medium, and so if you're 5'10", 5'11", yeah, this is the right fit for you. The extra medium size will be just money. So yeah, I'm happy everything worked out fine, because yeah, spending all this money and then not being sure it'll be the right fit is kind of nerve-wracking. But anyway, I went with I've always loved racing, car racing, Formula 1, etc. And so I wanted the raw carbon, and I was expecting this kind of a carbon weave, but no, I ended up getting this, which given how expensive the frame is, I mean, almost $4,500 for the freaking frame. I mean, at the beginning I thought, it's like, man, I need to send it back because there's some defects. And then the dealer, I bought the bike. I was lucky enough to find the frame, because again, I wanted the raw carbon, expecting this kind of finish. Found it from Airpark Bike company out in Arizona, and man, I just knew I couldn't second guess, and I pulled the trigger, because I checked with my local dealer here I live in Dallas, and they're Matt Duck cycler here in Grapevine, and they told me, yeah, if you want this particular bike or frame, you might wait until end of August, possibly September. And I'm like, what? And that was in April. So yeah, I'm lucky enough to have this bike, and that's the reason I'm doing the video for you guys, if you're thinking about it or if you're already placed your order and waiting for it. So yeah, if you choose a raw carbon, you might be a little bit disappointed at the beginning, because I mean, all of this, if I don't know if the video will show it, but you can see the imperfections. Even here it looks like scratched, but the owner from Airpark Bicycles told me that that's part of the raw finish, and the beauty about it is that no frame is alike. And over time I'm kind of liking it, because depending on the light, it kind of turns in between a black and kind of a gold black, and you can see where they manually just place the extra layers or not, and the imperfections to a degree. So yeah, I'm really loving it. And I knew that with this finish and all the frames coming with a Fox float in Kashima coating, and then of course you need to get if you buy this bike, it'll come with this fork. But if you want to build your own bike, you definitely need to get the Fox 34 SL. Really great fork, super light. So yeah, with this I knew that my build, because I've always wanted, the first time I ever saw it, I wanted this cassette. So I know it's not the new technology, but I found it still super expensive, and I went with the XX1 SRAM and the XX1 gold chain, and I think it looks money with the raw carbon. It's just perfect. Now I don't like how how SRAM shifts. I've always loved Shimano being able to do dual, like two up shifts at once, which is bringing down the cassette. So yeah, I'm doing a mix of XT derailleur, because the XTR you save only a few grams and it's so expensive. So yeah, this I saved a little bit of money, but still getting the same performance. However, for the first time ever, I went with the XTR shifter, because supposedly you get more crisp shifting, and I don't know. I really can tell. It's almost 2 years. I've always had XT shifters, but I mean, I'm going all in with this bike. So yeah, I wanted mechanical shifting, because I don't like the idea about having a battery. Plus I also wanted to do a bike build that was super light, and mechanical drivetrain is lighter because of the battery or whatever. Good tip I'm gonna share with everyone is that AI helps so much. I mean, it saves you so much time now. You can just ask Google Gemini, and it'll tell you the everything you need for your build, versus just making your own research. Me riding bikes for some time, I kind of know what works well for me, but yeah, definitely AI helped me decide. And yeah, it confirmed that the mechanical shifting is weighs less. So I went mechanical, plus I wanted it, right? So yeah, as you know, cassette XX1, I'm doing Shimano, and it's shifting well. I'm gonna do another video with the first ride impressions. So here's just about the build and my journey building the bike. And yeah, so this was all new, cassette, chain, derailleur. I did save some money on the wheel set. I ended up doing some research and found that the ground control Robo was a great wheel set that can withstand a little bit of abuse. I'm on the heavy side. I'm around 200 pounds suited. So yeah, and I also like to jump and aggressive rider. Although I'd be I'm gonna be mainly pedaling with this bike, more XC, but I'm aggressive. So yeah, I definitely needed something super light, but that can still withstand some kind of abuse. So I'm hoping the wheel set will do the job. And I got it used, because I'm like, man, I cannot like waste almost or spend more than $1,500 plus taxes and shit, whatever, on another wheel set. And I thought that with the wheel set, I've done it before, and it turned out okay. And yeah, I love them. I love, again, the shade, similar to the frame. It all depends on the lining, and you can see the roll ball. I think it looks pretty cool. And yeah, I have some scratches, but on my first ride I managed to hit a little rock trying to do a climb, and so I'm happy I bought them used. So yeah, I had the wheel set is used. The tires are not Continental Dubnital. Did my research, fastest tire out there, or among the fastest, with a light, super light. So I'm doing the speed and trail version. So I'm really happy. I did run Continental Cross Kings, and then also the Race Kings. So I already knew this tire would be killer. I ran Mezcal before in Barso, and they're also super good, super fast rolling tire. But yeah, everyone's just saying that this tire is really good. So, and it looks amazing again with this in the black with the bit bike. I do like it. I also went with the crankset, the Era crankset. I wish I would just go and spend the money for a new crankset, but I found almost branded, almost as new, used one on Pink Bike, so I just went for it. Because otherwise, if I would have had to spend new on the crankset, I would have gone with the race face in the Kashima collar for the engraving. But I mean, I'm happy. I paid almost half the price. Came with a chain ring that I couldn't use, and I'll explain why. But yeah, I love this crankset. And on my research, I was tempted on doing the E13s, which are even lighter in weight. But yeah, just AI was just telling me, man, with your weight and build, they might not be as sturdy. So, and I know that E13 has struggled in some areas with their carbon, and this new crankset from Raceface has a good reputation that it's gonna withstand abuse. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saving a lot of grams out there, but at least I have peace of mind. And these are enduro rated with a plate to protect from scratches. So yeah, and I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, these pedals I already had. They're lighter than Shimano, so I went with the Time Attack. And then the chain ring is new. I'm so pissed because I had a Noble that I wanted to run here, and I have so many Cinch chain rings, but I had to spend on a new one. Wolf Tooth. I only had like two options: Wolf Tooth or Race Face, because you need a 0 mil offset, because this bike requires 55 millimeter chain line. So the standard boost chain ring won't work, and man, I had to buy a new one. So yeah, this is about the lightest. And I went with 165 cranks. I used to run 170, but all the research tells you and that 165 is better for you and the hip and whatever. And I'll give more updates on my riding impression for everyone. But yeah, I figured, hey, if Tadej Pogačar can run 165 and he's almost as tall as me, yeah, why not? So yeah, happy I went that route, because everything, I think when I end up buying an e-bike, more than likely the cranks are going to be 165 or even shorter, so that way it's not going to feel that awkward. So yeah, that's that. Dropper, this is a used dropper I had myself. I'm gonna update to a 1UP B3 dropper. that I just went with this to begin with, just to be sure if I'm gonna do the 180. Now I have confirmed I'm gonna do the 180. I'm not gonna do 210 because even though it might fit here, it's just gonna be heavier, and for pedaling I really don't need that much travel in dropper. The saddle I already had, air gun. I don't wear gel pads and or lycra. I'm always with shorts. I got used to it, and this is super comfortable, and it also doesn't weigh that much. So that already had it with me. Then here, well, I got the Fox, the new 2027 factory SL with the grip damper, of course. The new grip damper for 2027, 130 mil, of course. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do anything else. I mean, if you get this bike and you want to have a good weapon, you definitely need to go with a Grip X damper and not do the other one. Even though it's lighter, you're just saving like 60 grams, but you're limiting yourself a lot with the damper, in my opinion. So, I mean, this bike is not necessarily for racing cross-country. It's more like a cross-country weapon that you can use anywhere else. So you benefit from having the Grip X damper. So yeah, did that. So also happy. Again, the wheel set looks pretty good, and it comes with DT Swiss 350. The reason I don't care about the fast engagement, I care more about the great rolling resistance or coasting, and the 350s in my experience, or 240s, are really good. I don't even care about the 54 tooth ratchet. I have the 36, because with the 54 you drag more, and I managed to grind the teeth because I put a lot of power. Or if you want to do like wheelies or some trial moves, you can even grind those teeth. So yeah, 36 I'm fine. And yeah, the engagement, I really don't care that much. I prefer to get the cadence. And hey, I saw a video from Jeff Kendallweed, and he was able to do trials with 36 tooth, so not caring about those. All right, so continuing here with the cockpit, I have the Hayes Aluminium brakes. I also bought them used, but they look new. I'm so happy because I saved some money there. Bought it on Pick Bike. Ever since I first run Hayes Aluminium back in 2019, that's my go-to brake set. So I knew I could probably save a little bit of weight with I don't know, a 2-piston brake, but man, you guys know, once you have that stopping power or that brake feel, it's hard to let go. And the Hayes Aluminium, from my research, are one of the lightest and most powerful four piston brakes out there. So, and they're great. I mean, most of the times you just bleed them once and that's it. You don't have to mess around with them. Great modulation, and they look also, again, stunning with the combination of black and copper. So yeah, you can see here. Well, I have to kind of let me turn the bike, but yeah, you can see here how they match really good. So yeah, I'm happy I made that decision. For the lever, I have the wolf tooth, and I'm not liking that color. I'm gonna probably change it to the copper one I just saw online, but yeah, I already had it, so just decided to use it. And then the cockpit is rental. I had the stem, and I just ended up buying this handlebar, and I was lucky. It was new, but bought it from a person in Pink Bike for half the price. And they don't make this kind of color anymore, color scheme, this old color scheme. But to me, I'm happy I found it because it looks good. I like it how it blends with my frame. And another pointer I'll share. So this is a Fat Bar Light Carbon. and I was a little bit concerned about using it because I'm aggressive, I'm on the heavy side. But I ended up doing some research, and supposedly it passes some BMX testing they do. So and it seems like even Richie Rude used this particular fat bar light at some point in 2018 or 19. So yeah, it can definitely do some big stuff too. So this is the lightest, it's 760, and is the lightest handlebar out there that's sturdy enough. So that's the reason I bought it. And I'm gonna be jumping with this bike, but not doing crazy things or crazy jumps, I hope. And maybe I'll get some confidence and I'll just send crazy, but I'll try to be on the smooth side this time. I'll have a jumping bike for that's I won't care about weight, and I'll just care about having components that won't break. So that's the reason I went with this handlebar. It's still supposedly sturdy enough for me. So if you're looking for the lightest and sturdiest handlebar, this is the one. And I already ran Renthal. I have the 800 aluminum downhill rated version, and it's been great. So that was an option, but again, I wanted the lightest components out here, given the bike that really wanted. And what else? Well, it has a race face bottom bracket you can barely see, and I think that's about it with the components. So yeah, as you can see, depending on the light, the frame looks different. So that's pretty cool if you get the raw carbon. All right, so now let me just finish by saying the things I just didn't like about the bike. So it took me a lot of hours to build the frame, to just build the bike, from just getting the frame. One of the things that really upset me, besides the finishing that now I kind of enjoy, was the routing. I was expecting some sleeves like Pivot has, supposedly, where you just thread the cable and you don't have to do any fishing. You don't have to fish for them. But no, unfortunately you have to do. So I have some experience, so it took me a while, but it wasn't that bad once I got the hang of it. But what really messed me up is, if you see this plastic tube, I thought the brake hose, the rear brake hose, had to go through there, and I messed around. I took away the bolts here, and I took away this, and then I ended up knowing that this tube it threads all the way to the seat tube, and that's for the dropper. And man, it took me a lot of almost an hour just to get everything back in properly, bolted and threaded, and not threaded, sorry, and probably routed. Even my son was helping me. So yeah, don't do that. I'll save you the time. This for the dropper, and then your other hoses, they just clip into a little into the sides, and I don't hear any rattle noises. And the storage compartment is kind of good. I don't have the bags with me. I don't think I'm gonna use the bags or the storage. I just want the bike to feel as light as possible. It'll be rare when I actually do decide to use it. I thought I would use them at the beginning, but then, you know what, I want the bike to feel as light as possible. So that's one of the things I really didn't like, the routing. I mean, given how expensive the bike is, I was expecting perfection. So that's an area of improvement. What I do like is the storage compartment. It's really tight, and you can feel it's high quality, and it doesn't rattle. It's super tight. That's good. Another thing I didn't like, and that took a while for Ibis to send me the part. So the frame came with without the guide for the mechanical housing, for the shifter. For the brakes, oops, sorry about that. For the brakes, you can see it threads through here, and it's nicely done. And this is the, well, you can see it. This is a plastic part, it threads, and yeah, it looks good. It looks really good, but the only issue is that when you're trying to align the caliper and the disc brake, oh my gosh, it really doesn't help. And you can see the curvature there of the frame, so this part really doesn't help in you putting your Allen tool and mess around with it. So yeah, this little section makes it tougher for you to align the caliper, and this part also doesn't help. But well, I mean, this side it's okay for routing the brake hose. I also like that it has this cover here for any dirt. It's useful. However, for the shifter, so again, let me set this bike again here. Ibis sanded and missed putting the guide, so I had to contact the dealer, and then Ibis sent the wrong part. So overall, I had to wait like almost 2 weeks. Eventually, Ibis sent the right part, which is this plastic cover. And when I was trying to route the cable housing, man, it takes forever. So I had to remove the cranks, be sure, and then you need also zip ties, because I wish just with the 2 bolts it would be fit and snug enough, but it wasn't. This part was coming out and just rubbing with the chain ring, which is not optimal. So I had to put a zip tie here, another one here, and another one here, because when I was shifting, it was giving me a little, not issues, but not perfect as I wanted. And I figured that maybe it had to do with the housing moving or not. And it was so much work that at the end I'm like, man, you know what, maybe I'm just gonna lose the battle and go electronic on the derailleur and shifter, just of the hassle, and because the shifting was not perfect. But it seems like finally I got it to work. But yeah, this is likely that Ibis didn't care much, because they figure that everyone's just gonna go electronic. But yeah, being such an expensive frame, I was disappointed on this little section. And now I'm a little bit disappointed seeing here that they say 34 teeth is a max you can put a chain ring. Yeah, that's the max you can go. And now, wow, so I just found out that I've been talking for almost 30 minutes. I don't think everyone's gonna stay here that long, but I guess if you're really into the Ripley SL and you're really not sure if you're gonna spend all this money, you might hang in there. So again, just my battery malfunction or SD card, so I'm recapping. So yeah, I don't like that I see a scratch here, just to finish off. So yeah, this was a disappointer. It's a good area of improvement. So that's another thing that that happened during the build. And then just to finalize, the when I was installing the cranks, the race phase era used 30 on a whatever 30 on the spindle, and that's the width. And inside I saw like a metal, it's carbon, and then they have like metal, I don't know however you call it, but it's just like a metal fitting, so you can get your spindle inside here, the bottom bracket. And I was so frustrated at the beginning, because the spindle comes, or the bottom bracket comes with a sleeve. When you install the bottom bracket, if you've done it before, it comes with a sleeve, and it was so tight, and it was not, I wasn't able to get it in there. And I wasn't able to get it in there because the metal fittings that they have, they were not 100% aligned, and there's not a lot of space out there. But fortunately, thanks to AI, I was able to find out that it wasn't too much of a big deal, and that some mechanics, even they just don't use a sleeve on the bottom brackets. They just go with the metal spindle goes directly inside. You just need to be careful and service it a little bit more frequently. But yeah, that is not uncommon with carbon frames when you go with a 30 spindle, that there's not a lot of space there with a shell. But again, being such a high-end frame, I was expecting perfection. So yeah, I couldn't use the sleeve, the plastic sleeve on my bottom bracket. Again, no issues so far. And then just to finalize, here there's supposed to be a chain guide here, and I placed it, and it works fine. You don't see it here. There's a chain guide that just comes with the Ibis, but I found out that chain guide, at least with the 34 tooth, when you go to the high gears, high sprockets in here, the chain guide rubs, and I cannot stand that. It's like, man, really? So again, the chain guide works well, but if you're pedaling, you're gonna be rubbing, and I didn't want that. And given that I'm not doing a lot of downhill, I don't think I'm gonna be dropping chains. So I just took it. It's like, screw that. But again, being such a expensive bike, I wished everything was engineered with even more care, so that everything just fits perfect. But anyway, it's been over 30 minutes. If you guys stayed here, that's great. If not, I completely understand. But again, I just did a quick ride after finishing the bike, and all I can tell is super light. I'm expecting the build to be less than 25 pounds. It's a really light bike, which I love, and the fit was perfect. I was able to do a quick wheelie and a quick manual, and it was so easy compared to my other bikes that I'll do on a review of first like ride impressions for everyone. So yeah, I'll follow up with that video, and hopefully it won't be that long. But again, this is my dream build, and yeah, I had to insure the bike, and hopefully it'll give me a lot of joy. All right guys, later.